That's better.
Well, I think Fairgreen gives us the right example. I mean, there's a company that started from a garage, and there were only three of them, Gifty and two, and a driver and another person, and they survived it. It requires there's discipline from the start. You have a right vision, and you have a clear mission what you're going to supply and what you're going to do, and you have to also be innovative and adaptive to the economy. And they moved three people, grew, moved to Kokomlemle, and grew from about 5 to about 26. And see what they've done now. And they've been at this for 25 years. That's a great story. But to your question, what you have to do is be committed to the staff. Make the staff feel that they are part of the company, they own the company, they are respected, and you care for them. And don't forget the term Ubuntu. It means I am who I am because of who you are. That is the way to actually groom company. To the point, most Ghanaians who start businesses and they are like the chiefs of the business. Nobody should question them. And they do whatever they like and they don't respect the staff. That will be a recipe for disaster.
You actually stressed a lot on culture, changing the business. So how important that is to the business group?
I think culture is everything. You know, we have cultures in our system, in our environment, that are very negative when it comes to developing companies. Because when you start developing a company or start growing a company, I said it, one, your family, friends, and relatives come between you and the company. They want you to employ a relative. Your friends want you to employ by recommending other people. Now, this group, they have something to contribute. They even sometimes put in money to support you. But in taking their advice, you may ruin the company because the company has to really go for merit as much as possible and also have the discipline to sack those who go wayward. Two are the pastors and the church. Again, they create a culture that, they pray for you and then you have to pay your tithe, which is okay, but then they tend to recommend people for you to employ. This is a church member. Buy from this person because they're a church member, and it limits you. So if you're too much into religion and follow your pastor too much, that's what you're going to get. Then you have the chieftaincy and its problems. It can take you away from the business itself. Maybe a whole week you're going for a festival and you're going to spend money probably from the company. And then, of course, politics. They can help you and give you contacts and all sort of things, but be careful because they're not giving it to you because they love you, it's because they love themselves. And in the end, what they're going to do is make certain demands on you, and if you're not lucky and you go too deep with them, another party comes, they will collapse the business. So these are some of the things that you must run away from by creating a culture within the company. And as I said, the company is really, really your first family. And it is not your nucleus family, it's your first family because you spend the best of your time or the best of your life in the company premises. And then we should create family within that company. And the other thing is that company is also supposed to make sure that your nucleus family survive, and not only that, up to your pension, and even after you leave, the company is still looking after you, and even until you die. So I think the culture is so important because if you don't, I see a lot of Ghanaian companies, the workers are interested in the clients more than the company. So you give a worker a little bit of tip and be nice to the client, and he or she will steal from the very company he's working for to the benefit of the client because of the small tip that you give. And it's quite rampant in Ghana. And companies should strive at creating this bond within the family, sharing the vision, where they're going to go, and caring for each other so that the interests of the workers are aligned to the interests of the company.
In your narration at UT, you were trying to churn something down to the people, but
that's fine.
yes, he gave an advice, and yes, so I'm doing that in relation to this. I'm not going to UT. Yeah, I'm just trying to. So you were trying to churn something down to the staff, but at the middle or somewhere, the top management or some people you put at the middle,
Yeah, okay. So basically about culture, the point is that if you lose your culture, you lose your company. Because the culture is what binds you guys together. And I only cited an example about UT because we grew too fast, too quick, that our culture got diluted, especially with the appointment of people coming from outside with different cultures. So the company has to build its culture. The good thing about Fairgreen is that it's growing organically and slowly. Because for 25 years, they now have a permanent staff of about 30, and they use consultants and other things along there. So the culture is easy for them to maintain. That's why I was stressing that they keep a great culture, a culture of caring for each other, a culture which is making the company a family place, and a culture which brings everybody on board, right from the board and partners and the staff, and everyone is important. Respect for everybody.